Yo, yo, it's JSF. How y'all doing? Hope all of y'all are doing well. And lately, we've seen a lot of developers kind of let people know what's going on with their games. We just saw the spring update for Street Fighter V, which showed off Oro, who's a new character coming in. We saw more about Rose, saw some gameplay, Super. We even saw some gameplay for the character that's coming after those two. So that was pretty cool. Even though Guilty Gear Strive is delayed, we did see Arc System Works put out, developers' backyard, telling people what's going on, things are changing, fixing. We see a new KOF trailer every week. It seems like every developer for every fighting game has got something coming out or is kind of talking to their community, except for good old NetherRealm Studios. So I do want to talk about this a little bit and talk about when we should expect to hear something, because the timeline has kind of changed. We aren't in the good timeline anymore. We're not in the worst possible timeline, I don't think yet. But the current timeline, things are not looking too hot. So it's been about 5 months. I mean, by November 17th is when Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate actually released, and it is now April 7th today. In 10 days, it'll be 5 months since we've gotten any real update or real information from the community or from NRS. We've got a couple small patches that really just fix bugs. Like, we got a patch in January and all it did was fix bugs and adjust health, right? We've gotten some small patches like that to adjust certain things that need to be adjusted, but we haven't even got a real balance patch. We haven't got any real information, no leaks, no teases, no nothing. There are people who were saw that we data mined the game and said, hey, we're getting 5 more characters, 6 more characters. But honestly, it looks like this might be the end for Mortal Kombat 11, just because this is the longest drought that we've had, right? We've seen them go 2-3 months, maybe even 4 without releasing anything. But even from Aftermath to Ultimate and that build up, there was Ed Boon tease and stuff, you know what I mean? But I do want to talk about when you should expect some new information. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Mortal Kombat movie, the movie that is dropping on HBO Max and I believe releasing in theaters as well, recently had its date changed. So now the Mortal Kombat movie, which originally was going to release on April 16th, is going to release on April 23rd. And that date is significant because that also would mark the 2-year anniversary of Mortal Kombat 11 being released. And Ed Boon isn't really talking about Mortal Kombat on Twitter very often. He's retweeting all kinds of other things, cosplay, fan art, Marvel stuff. He's kind of doing a lot of that. But on the 2-year anniversary of Mortal Kombat 11, it's going to be hard for the dev team to not talk about the game on Twitter or just not talk about the game in general. And the movie is releasing the same day. So I know some people believe that this day we might get some information. We might get something released, announced. I don't know. It's definitely a possibility, but I wouldn't expect, I wouldn't hold my breath for this. I wouldn't expect a major announcement. I mean, it's a possibility, but I don't think it's our best possibility, right? I think we'd be setting ourselves up for failure. So I'd rather not expect that and be surprised than to expect it and be disappointed, So that is the first potential date. Watch the Mortal Kombat movie. We might get movie skins or something like that, maybe. But it's been so long. I feel like they would be teasing that already. I feel like they would have announced something already, or at least been teasing it, saying, hey, something's coming soon, blah, 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 blah. But they have been absolutely silent ever since Ultimate came out. They've just dropped some mini patches. The next date is something that just came out recently. E3 actually got his date confirmed. Now E3 is going to be online only. Last year it was canceled, and I know the year before that was 2019. MK11 dropped it in 2018. We didn't see anything at E3 for Mortal Kombat because they announced this game much later at the Game Awards. But before that, it was NetherRealm tradition to unleash their game at E3. Every Mortal Kombat 9, Injustice 1, all those games were at E3, right? MKX, they were either first shown off at E3 or they were first shown off right around that time, and they were shown off more at E3. So E3 making a comeback means that there's definitely a possibility that this game will get some news or a new game will get announced. Who knows? And the dates for E3, which finally have been confirmed, is that it started June 12th, 2021. And in the confirmed developers that are going to be a part of E3, WB Games is there. And for those of you who don't know, NetherRealm Studios is owned by Warner Brothers. So it doesn't always say NetherRealm Studios will be there, right? That's too much of a giveaway. They kind of want to have a surprise. But a lot of times it'll just say Warner Bros is there, WB Games is there. And it does say WB is there for E3 this year. So we could see something about Gotham Knights. We could see something about that Suicide Squad game. Or we could see something about Mortal Kombat 11. Or we could see something about Injustice 3 or a new IP or something. But I think this is a good opportunity for them to show something off. Like, this is probably our best bet, our best guess of when we're actually going to get some news for this game. We're just going to hear from NRS in general, right? Because we haven't heard anything. It's like, at this point, I'm not even on some, hey, when are you guys gonna update MK11? When are you gonna add some new characters? Kombat Pack 3. I'm just like, when are you guys gonna say something? Like, you guys have been really quiet and haven't really talked about anything. But another reason that I think E3 is a really, really good time that we might see something is because, for those of you who don't know, the pro competition is going on right now. I know it's not really much information, not really any hype around it, but the Mortal Kombat pro competition is going on, and the pro competition goes all the way until June 6th. I don't know when the finals are, where they're having the event and all that, but the pro com ends June 6th. That's when it ends. That's when all the events lead up to, you know what I mean? So it'll be right around when that ends, according to the website. And June 6th might be the date of the finals. I'm not exactly sure on the details, but it's just another thing saying, hey, maybe in June we'll get this information. And you know, NetherRealm Studios has shown us that they're working. They've made it clear, hey, we're back in the studio. All the voice actors, the motion capture guys, whoever, they're like, hey, we're working again. Like, so we know they're working, and they want us to know we're working. They've wanted us to know that since the new year started, since January, but now it's April. So, and they're behind schedule. And I know COVID happened and all these other things happened. They had the whole crunch incident when the game first released that people really forgot about. But I think that was a huge deal. I think that affected this game a lot. So they have some excuses for being slow, but honestly, looking at Street Fighter V and the work they're doing and like other games, like other studios are working. So I think that we'll see something in the next few months. I honestly thought by now, it's April. I thought by February or March we would have heard something, honestly, but it's April now. So I think worst case scenario, we wait until June. Well, actually, that's not the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario, so something that's interesting is Sony is not confirmed for E3. Sony, like PlayStation, is not confirmed with E3. Now, this part is pure speculation on my part, because Mortal Kombat, NRS, they do have some type of partnership with PlayStation. They do run tournaments on PlayStation 4 only. They do have some partnership with Sony. And Sony not being at E3 means they could do their PlayStation event. They could do their own thing. And they typically do a PlayStation event every year at the end of the year around December time. So in the worst possible timeline, we hear something in December. And if not there, then at the Game Awards, just like we heard, or just like we saw the reveal for MK11. But I think realistically, it'll be sooner than that. That would be a really, really, really long drought. And this game is already dying. Like, if you look at the numbers, like, of people playing it, people watching it on Twitch, the viewership is down. Like, this game is really on its, like, it's limping on one leg. It's pretty much dead. So that's what I got for y'all, man. That's what I think. Let me know if y'all agree, if y'all disagree. When do y'all think we'll hear from NRS? Do you think they'll just respond to somebody on Twitter? Do you think, because Ed Boon used to be really good about teasing shit. Like, I miss the old days or Injustice 1 days where Ed Boon had a whole website dedicated to random clues to like tease the roster of the game type of deal. It was really, really cool. But right now, and he did some teases for Kombat Pack 2 for, you know, Mortal Kombat Ultimate, but a much smaller scale. And I just don't like these big droughts with no information, because then the community is kind of just sitting here like, okay, what's next? What's next? What's coming next? And no other developer seems to be doing this anymore. Like, it seems like it's just NRS doing this and not telling us anything, and it doesn't really help at all. Like, the mystery element is cute, but come on, man, it's 2021. We're not going to be mad if you give us the information. So anyway, that's when I believe we will be hearing from NRS. So keep your eyes peeled for those dates. When the Mortal Kombat movie drops, pay attention. And then when E3 comes around, pay attention to that. And if any news comes out before then, you know, after now, before then, I'll let you guys know, man. Stay tuned, stay updated, subscribe if y'all enjoy the content. Other than that, y'all stay safe and have a good one. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. JSF, I'm outie. Peace.